I looked at the never give up note on my screen. This wasn't the end, it was just a lesson. I dusted myself off and started again, smarter this time. Slowly, the green started to return. My persistence was paying off. I realized that success is just a series of failures that you refuse to let stop you. I found my first partner. We shook hands on a vision that was bigger than both of us. Two minds working together are 10 times more powerful than one. While my old friends were at the club, I was in the corner of a coffee shop, building. I chose temporary sacrifice for permanent freedom. Seeing a 5-star review for the first time felt better than the money. It meant I was providing real value. I was finally becoming a professional. I finally bought my first real suit. Putting it on felt like putting on armor. I wasn't just a boy with a dream anymore. I was a man with a plan. Walking into the bank with a briefcase felt surreal. The same people who used to ignore me were now opening doors. Respect is earned through results. Signing my first major contract was a moment of pure focus. I wasn't nervous, I was ready. I had prepared for this moment for years in the dark. When I saw $10,000 in my account, I didn't feel rich, I felt relieved. I knew my family wouldn't have to worry about the next meal. I started teaching. I realized that true wealth is shared knowledge. I stood at the whiteboard showing others the path I had just climbed. I moved out of that small room. I packed my life into boxes, leaving the ghost of my old self behind. I was moving toward the light. Standing on my new balcony, looking at the city, I felt a peace I had never known. The wind felt different when you aren't running from bills. I bought the biggest bouquet of flowers I could find. It was time to say thank you to the person who believed in me when I had nothing. Handing the keys to a new house to my parents was the greatest moment of my life. Their tears of joy were the only ROI I ever truly wanted. Sitting in business class, looking at the clouds, I remembered the bus stop in the rain. The journey was long, but every single step was worth it. I bought a watch to remind me that time is my most valuable asset. It wasn't about the gold, it was about the hours I had fought to reclaim. I walked into the car showroom. The same cars I used to envy were now within reach. I wasn't dreaming anymore, I was choosing. Sitting in the driver's seat of my dream car, I gripped the wheel. This wasn't just a machine, it was a trophy of every night I didn't quit. I stood on a stage in front of thousands. I told them my story, the real story, the hunger, the pain, and the ultimate victory. I was a leader now. I sat at the head of the boardroom table. My team looked to me for vision. I realized that being a boss isn't about power, it's about responsibility. Seeing my face on a magazine cover was a shock. I remembered the boy who couldn't afford a newspaper. Life was truly unpredictable if you worked for it. I finally took a break. On a private yacht in the middle of the ocean, I realized that true wealth is the freedom to do nothing at all. Working from a luxury resort, I realized the world was my office. I had built a life I didn't need a vacation from. This was total freedom. I started giving back. Writing checks to charities felt better than buying cars. When you have enough, the only thing left to do is help others. Standing in front of my own office building, I realized how far I'd come. My name was on the wall, but the fire in my heart was still burning. I managed a portfolio of millions, real estate, stocks, crypto. I was playing the game at the highest level. I was a master of my own destiny. Rooftop dinners with city lights below, it felt like a movie, but I knew the reality behind the glamour. It was built on grit and late-night coffee. Holding a trophy for my achievements, I smiled, not because of the gold, but because of the person I had to become to earn it. I finally had time for hobbies. Playing golf under the sun, I realized that life is meant to be lived, not just survived. I was finally living. Boarding a private jet for a business trip, life was fast, but I was in control. I had designed this life, and I was enjoying every second. I built a library in my home, thousands of books because the learning never stops. A rich mind is the only true source of a rich life. I still keep my old broken shoes. Every now and then, I look at them to remember where I started. Humility is the foundation of lasting success. Looking at $1 million balance, I felt calm. It wasn't about the numbers. It was about the fact that I had won the war against poverty. Walking through my garden at sunset, I felt a deep gratitude. I had turned a nightmare into a dream through sheer will and consistency. I love taking selfies with the people I inspire. Their energy reminds me why I do this. Influence is a gift, and I use it to lift others up. I wrote my book. I put every secret, every failure, and every win into those pages. I wanted to leave a map for the next person. I realized that health is the ultimate wealth. I hit the gym every day, staying sharp and strong, because a tired body cannot lead $1 million empire. When it rains now, I don't feel cold. I look at the storm through a high-quality umbrella, knowing that I am the one who controls the weather in my life. Standing on a mountaintop looking at the sunset, I reflected on the long climb. The view is always better when you've crawled from the bottom. I did a double take at my past self. If I could go back and tell that crying boy that he'd be a millionaire, he wouldn't believe me. But here we are. I look at you now through the camera. I see the same fire in your eyes that I had. You are standing where I once stood. There is a start button in front of you. It's not on the screen, it's in your mind. The only thing holding you back is your own hesitation. The future doesn't belong to the lucky. It belongs to the hungry. It belongs to the people who are willing to work while everyone else is complaining. I sit in my chair, spinning around to face you. I am proof that it can be done. No matter how low you are, you can reach the top. Look at this success graph. It only goes up when you refuse to let it go down. Your life is a chart. Which way are you trending? I'm walking toward my next big goal, but I'm leaving this path open for you. Don't just follow me, surpass me. I checked every box on my vision board. Every single dream came true, not by magic, but by a million small, disciplined choices. I stand here as a legend in the making, not because I'm special, but because I was too stubborn to quit when things got hard. Let me tell you the ultimate secret. It's not about the money, it's about the consistency. Do the work when you don't feel like it. Now it's your turn. The world is waiting for your story. Get up, get started, and don't you dare stop until you've won. I'll see you at the top. This isn't just a story about money. It's about survival. I remember sitting in that dark room, staring at an empty wallet, feeling like the world had completely given up on me. Looking at a zero balance on my phone was a daily ritual of pain. People say money doesn't buy happiness, but the lack of it surely buys a lot of misery. Walking home in the rain with shoes that had holes in them, I felt invisible. The world moved fast in luxury cars while I stood still, soaking wet and broken. Dinner was usually a bowl of the cheapest noodles I could find. I would sit there in the dark, the steam rising, wondering if this was all life had for me. The stack of unpaid bills on my table felt like a mountain I could never climb. Every knock at the door made my heart race with fear and pure anxiety. Working as a janitor, cleaning up after people who wouldn't even look me in the eye, I felt like a shadow. I knew I was meant for more, but I didn't know how. I used to watch the wealthy laptop and a dream. It didn't look like much, but this was the headquarters of my future empire. The work had finally begun. I spent countless nights typing until the sun came up. The world was quiet, but my mind was screaming with ideas. I was building brick by brick every single night. At first, nothing made sense. The graphs were confusing and the tech was hard. I felt like an idiot, but I refused to walk away. I kept pushing forward. And then it happened. My first $10 earned online. It wasn't a million, but it was proof. Proof that the system worked. I knew I was on to something. I didn't celebrate. I didn't buy a pizza. I took that money and put it right back into the business. I was learning the power of compounding. Then came the crash. Everything went wrong. The site failed, the strategy broke. I sat there in the dark, feeling the old familiar weight of defeat. My hair was a mess and I was running on caffeine. People told me to get a real job, but they didn't see the vision I had. I was obsessed. Packing my first physical order was an emotional moment. I taped that box with pride, knowing that someone on the other side of the world valued my work. I started building relationships. I realized that business is about people. I learned how to talk, how to sell, and how to lead with total confidence. I took a massive risk and lost a huge trade. Seeing the red numbers hurt, it felt like a punch to the gut. But I took a deep breath.